Okay, welcome to the latest production line developer blog. I am Cliff Harris. I am the guy who designed this game and programs this game. It's a car factory simulation game that is currently in early access. Let me just load up a version of it while I talk about it. Actually, is that the right one I want to load? It probably is. Who knows? I may cough a bit because I'm still ill. I seem to be permanently ill these days, but anyway, there you go. So I've put some new stuff in, and it's not in the version that you can play yet, but probably going to be about another week. So I'm going to talk about that new stuff and what it is in this video. So there are basically two things that still need to go into the game before we release it. That is defects, because at the moment every car you produce is perfect, and breakdowns. So all the equipment that you place works perfectly forever. So these two things I think we need to change. We may do some more marketing and other stuff like that, but these are the two big things. So the thing that I'm working on at the moment is defects, and I asked people what they thought about various ways of designing it, and I've taken that into account. So what happens at the moment is each car, as it goes around the production line, builds up defects, and you can see here, look, there's none. So this is a new little tab when you select a vehicle. You've got features and defects. You'd be looking at all these thinking, but Cliff, you're wrong, there's no defects. But there are. Basically what happens is there's a certain chance whenever you do anything to a car that something will go wrong and there will be a defect at that point. So here we're fitting the door panels, so we might fit them on a bit wobbly and the door panel might not close properly. So there may be a defect. The thing is, we won't know about it until we carry out a sort of quality assurance check of the car. Now at the moment on this production line, we've only got the visual inspection taking place here right at the end. But as a new thing, you'll be able to put these anywhere. So this is, you know, as normal, the visual inspection that's always been in the game. If I check that car, hopefully some of them will have defects at some point once they've gone through there. Remarkably good. I think it's because I've loaded a game where we need cars to have like sort of gone through the whole production line to build up some defects, because I've changed the code but the game is already running. So let's take a look at that one. Let's find a car with something that doesn't work. Come on, it's not that high quality. We're not Volkswagen. Is it Volkswagen they're well known for not having problems? I don't know. What? No, safety. Aha! Look! Ta-da! Right, okay. So here's a defect on this car. I'm not even sure which one it was. Was it that one? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? It was this one. So, fit windscreen, severity 119. So that's a little bit abstract, but basically what that means is something went wrong when we fitted the windscreen on this car. And because we've done loads of stuff to the car since we fitted the windscreen, the severity of that defect has gone up. I need to reformat all this and maybe rename it. I don't know. So so this has one defect and it has that level of severity. Now basically what the severity does is it determines how long it will take to fix that problem. So if you have high severity, it will take a long time to fix that problem. If it's low, it will be quick. So if you have a defect right at the start of the line here, we're fitting the drive shaft and it's you know, wobbly or whatever, then if you don't fix it until here, it's going to be a big problem. Okay, so that's one part of it. So this is how you detect visual inspection, which you can now put anywhere. That's how you detect defects, and you can only fix defects once they've been detected. Otherwise, like, you know, you just don't know what you're doing. Fit cabin. Oh well, that's quite late in the day. That's like the interior. That's going to be easy to fix. So anyway, what if you don't fix them? And at the moment, I'm not fixing them. So what will happen is the car will go through here, and you'll see if I pause. We had one there. Defects 2. So this car has 2 defects. That has none. That has 1. That has none. That has 1. You can see it's the red text. I nearly went to point at it. I thought, look, I'm pointing. How useful is that? Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, you get defects on these cars. Who cares? Well, let me tell you who cares. The customer. So the customer is less likely to buy a car that has defects and more likely to buy a car that has no defects. And once cars actually go out there, actually that's not strictly speaking true. Let me explain that again. When cars get sold, some of them may have defects, right? And what happens is each hour we look at all of the cars that have been sold over the last few hours, we work out how many defects there are, and we come up with this number, which is perceived quality. So this is the kind of people talking about the quality of your cars and how many defects they have. So currently we have 92.17%. That's pretty good. If we sort of zap ahead, because we had loads of cars already in the sort of system before the defects code got added. So it's only updated once an hour. I expect that quality to go down. So it should be updated now. Bong. Oh, gold. Yeah, we're not fixing any defects. So our perceived quality is 83.19%, which is not very good. I'm going to have more like tooltips explaining like the real impact of this stuff at some point. So what that means is when we go here and we look at all these cars, whether or not they have defects, the customer doesn't know until they bought them and they drive them around. But we can see here, kind of like we know, but we're not telling the customer effectively. So the customer is going to look at all of our cars and think, well, the perceived quality of Positech Auto Industries vehicles is pretty poor, so they're going to pay less. Basically, that's how it works. So we have this new indicator here of perceived quality. It's here in the marketplace, and it's also under marketing here. And I like this because what this allows us to do is to add new stuff. Sorry, I got completely distracted by a number there. It allows us to add new stuff. Like, for example, wouldn't it be cool if you could run marketing campaigns that were purely about quality? So you could lie. You could run a marketing campaign that would say, "Our cars never break down, they're so cool," and stuff like that. And what I want is it to be an interesting decision in terms of, is that cheaper than actually fixing the problems? Because in order to fix these problems, I need a rework station. So I'm going to try and load a new game, and things might crash because, you know, I'm recording it, so it's bound to go wrong, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Oh, hang on. No, this is not the right thing, is it? Yes, it is! Now, this is where it gets interesting, right? This is where it gets interesting. A little bit. So I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to delete that. So here we have a visual inspection, and a car came up, and look, it's got loads of defects. It's got 4 defects. And it's got fit drive shaft, which has an incredible severity and will take forever to fix. And here, this is a new thing that you can unlock called rework, which is what they actually call it in the industry, apparently. So yeah, this is called rework, and you will have to unlock that. And where do you unlock that, I hear you ask? Is here under QA specialization. Okay, so this is a new thing to research and unlock. When a car goes through rework, those defects will disappear, and how long that takes depends on how bad they are. So this is 8 minutes to fix the defects on this car. This car here only has 3 defects, so it won't take as long. So I've got this huge bottleneck here, and I'm going to fix that in a minute. Yeah, whatever. So that was 8 minutes to fix all of those defects on the car. Bosh. So the next one only 6 minutes because the problems aren't so bad. Now some of these cars, that's got 2, may have no defects. Like that one. That red one there, it's got no defects at all. So when we get to that one, it should go like straight through. There you go, it did. So ideally, you'd have a way to not have that problem, right? Now if I go here, Smart Junction, I haven't... Oh, anyway, let me go back to the other game to show you this. This is bound to crash. It's quite impressive if it doesn't, don't you think? Oh, come on! Yay! Right, because there's a new thing, right? Smart Junctions, which you probably not use much, but here they are. Smart Junctions are basically a T-junction where you can say cars of this design or these designs go that way. So all of these car designs take the right exit, these car designs take the left exit, these car designs we don't care. Now, currently in the game, what a smart junction does is it allows you to have, for example, two slots that fit wheels. One can fit alloy wheels, and it can have like a stockpile of alloy wheels, and the other can fit normal wheels, which it would probably do quicker or whatever. So you'd send cars with alloy wheels that way, and therefore you wouldn't get in this kind of like stop-go system where it's kind of like not efficient. So currently that's what you would use smart junctions for. But looky here, look, there's a new tab up the top. I know this UI needs some work. So that's design mode, right? I can switch to defect mode. If I do that, I can say cars with defects go right or cars with defects go left. I hate this UI and I need to fix it. So you can see all the cars are going left here because they've got no problems. But if we speed up, hopefully, occasionally, a car will go right. Don't make me look like a dork. These cars have no defects. I find that utterly. Oh, hang on. Yes, because I've changed it, haven't I? I have changed it because we need to inspect them and see how many defects they've got. Oh, this is exciting. I think that's what's going on. Right, let's get rid of that and put down a visual inspection. Yeah, so we'll put that down. We can put them anywhere now. So this car's come out. Has it got any defects? No. That's typical, isn't it? What about that one? No. Oh, come on. Yes! So that car, yes, it has defects. So what you should do if you want to optimize everything when this is the new version of the game is you would have a visual inspection, then you'd have a smart junction, and cars with defects will go through rework, which would be a bit of a bottleneck. And depending how bad your defects are, you might have several rework stations sort of teed up along here. And other cars would not be held up by that, they would go straight through. And as I understand it, this is pretty much what happens in real factories. So basically if there's defects in the car and you detect them, you just think, we'll fix it later, keep going. And then you get to the end, pretty much the end of the line, and you take those cars out of the line and you fix them and you funnel them back in. So we're trying to make it as realistic as possible, aren't we? So that is a brief history of the new defect stuff that will be going into the game soon. One thing that I do want to put in, which I think is necessary, apart from balancing all this stuff and testing it and everything, is I want the visual inspection to be a variable quality. So for example, this, at the moment, it will detect every defect on the car. I would like that to be like 75% of the defects, and you'd be able to research like more thorough visual inspections or whatever to push it up, or maybe go through additional visual inspections later. So I want that to be a thing, and I want the rework area to also be something that doesn't fix everything. So maybe we fix 90% of the defects, but there's still some, because otherwise all we're doing is adding a little bit of complexity to the end of the line. I don't want to do that. What I want is to give the player an option to think, I'm going to focus on quality and I'm going to make that a bonus to my brand, so I want to be Rolls Royce. And at the other end, I don't know, what's I pick on? Peugeot. I had a Peugeot and it was not good. On the other end, I want to be Peugeot and I don't care what happens, just sling the cars out. Hopefully this isn't, that's not libelous, is it? I don't know how these things work. Other car brands are available and Peugeot cars are just bad. Anyway, so that's what's going in. So I want to put those two things in, and we've also updated one of the translations for the game because they kind of get out of sync as we add new stuff. So should be putting that in soon. Also this, if you go to like your company logo, so you used to have like a choice of not many of them, and now look, there's loads of lovely logos. We put billions in. Where's the one that I've decided? This one here is a little bit like I'm building Transformers. I like that one. I'm gonna go with that one. I think that sums up Positech Auto Industries. So that should have automatically been applied to my little signs around the factory. Yes, excellente. Anyway, so loads of new stuff going in. Not much to talk about, like the bigger thing around the game and design and everything. But I want to know what you think. What you think. Always tell me what you think. Does this sound good? Does this sound like I'm really screwing up the game? Does this sound like it's great, but I should add this? Does it make sense? Do you kind of think that sounds fun? I think it's really cool, but I need to play with it for a few days, and then a new version will be coming. Anyway, this is Production Line. It's in early access. You can buy it now. Oh, what's going on here? What's going on here? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, I've connected something up wrong. What? Something's gone wrong. Oh my god. I don't know what or why. Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, that's my problem. It's my problem. Please subscribe to the channel and all that kind of stuff. And if you bought the game on Steam and you like it, please give us a positive review. It's really very much appreciated. With any luck, the next time I do a video, we will have a jazzy new intro. And with any luck, the next time after that I do, it will be all super high quality, uncompressed video, because I will have fibre. I'm going to have fibre, which will be very exciting. So yeah, I might talk about that and all the excitement of it. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.